Hello everyone, this is Jude from Real Black in Japan channel. Again, you can hear my little boy in the background making a bunch of noise. This is probably going to be a reoccurring theme in the show. So today we will be discussing the Yakuza in Japan.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So, what was your image of Yakuza before you come to Japan?
I thought they were, I thought Yakuza was like these like guys that like were tatted up all over their bodies. Always drove black BMWs or black Mercedes Benz. Or were on Kawasaki Ninjas and shot people. Because that's what they portray in American movies and things. Right?
Yes.
So that was my idea of what the Yakuza was like.
And have you met an actual Yakuza person?
Oh yeah, I met tons.
Tons.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your experience with them?
I actually get along with Yakuza people better than like what they call normal Japanese. Probably because they are, they're really into hip hop, and I produce and rap and things like that too. So they're into hip hop and cars and things like that, and generally they're they're accepting and very polite people. Like the idea like, oh, these guys are dangerous. That's not true. They're I met tons, from Sendai, Tokyo. I went to Chiba, and so there are other gangs like Crips and Bloods and things and other gangs in Japan. But I'm talking about specifically Yakuza. I met bosses. I've been to bosses' houses. Like the old school bosses, the ones who still have samurai swords and pretty dangerous.
Where do you meet them? I don't know any Yakuza people. I'm not friends with them.
Well, when I first came to Japan, I would go to certain stores, shopping stores, and then there would be these kind of like hip hop, kind of like reggae stores, wherever I go in and just look around, and I would talk to the sales clerks or whatever, and then eventually I just begin to meet more and more and more. So then they begin to go, let's go out, Jude, and let's go to the parties and go to the beach and kick it, and we not hang out with them, and I just met more and more and more, and would go out of town with them and hang out, and so it's just and they come over to our house too and things like that, and good people, man. Like they've never done nothing. They're more genuine than I would say, to me, they're more genuine and accommodating than quote unquote normal Japanese. So.
But you don't see them in, like you wouldn't know who's Yakuza or not. You don't see them out in a street when you go shopping and things.
That's true.
In a regular stores.
Well, they are in the major shopping, like if you go to Shibuya or in Shinjuku and things like that, they're the guys, the lower level guys are the guys on the street you see hanging out.
Right.
They're like the low level guys that are there to like, whatever business they're into, they do that. So, yeah, but they're they're generally cool dudes. I shout out to the Yakuza.
They're not scary? We shouldn't be scared of them?
Not me. I will say one time I was a little afraid. When I first came to Japan, I began to see quote unquote the normal Japanese. So I thought this is what all Japanese people are like.
Yes.
But then I went to a car show, and then I'm looking at them, and my heart starts beating fast because I'm like, this kind of reminds me of America a little bit. These guys got lowriders and they're throwing up gang signs, and they're like, when I say Yakuza, I don't mean like that black suit. I'm talking these are like, I just mean gangs, like gangs in general. But the Yakuza is like the biggest one. But we met some people that have been in prison for murder. Right? Remember Hero and all them. I shouldn't say names. But we met some people that have killed people that are they're hardcore gangsters. But if you just mind your business and treat them with respect, they will not bother you at all. And I've never been harassed or bothered or had any trouble whatsoever.
What about the missing pinky thing?
Yes, I've seen.
It's a famous.
Yes,
thing.
I met a boss, not a top boss. I met a boss at a car show one time, and he was a pretty fly guy. He had an all black, Italian suits and whatever. And then my friend, like I say his name, he's like, Jude, man, I want you to meet such and such and such. He's like, yeah, dangerous guy. And I'm like, looking at the guy like, I could tell like this guy probably wasn't, like I think Japanese people would be like, yo, stay away from him, but he just put his hand up and literally he had the finger missing, and I was like, oh, it's like, you know. But coming from America with gangs and being familiar and having family in gangs, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like so, so different. But just being across the world and seeing this gang culture, we're talking like Yakuza, Crips, Bloods, other Japanese gangs were all filed into one for a car show. And I'm meeting, pretty dangerous people, according to Japanese society. They also go back and forth to America, right? They go to America, and they know that they're connected with the gangs in America and California, and they come back to Japan. So, shout out to the Yakuza. No problem. You guys dress nice, and your cars are great.
So they're nice people.
I mean, I wouldn't say everybody, but I mean, for the most part, if you there's one time we know Boss, remember? He owned a store.
Yes.
And he asked me, he's like, what do you think about? And I was like, well, they're just trying to survive like everybody else. So I'm not condemning them. They're trying to survive like everybody else. A lot of times, they don't have an education. A lot of times they're poor. And they're just, and they're just trying to do the best they can. I don't think anyone wants to, right? Who wants to be in the Yakuza? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the cool aspects, the dressing cool, and then the cars and the girls and all that. Okay, yeah, I understand that. But a lot of times, a lot of young guys have to sit outside in the cold, freezing cold, trying to get sell something or whatever they're trying to do. Who wants to do that? It's freezing. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're just trying to survive. So I get it. I don't condemn them.
Yeah. Well, many of them are family people too.
Yeah.
They're just trying to feed their families.
Yeah. We met one rapper, Yakuza, and we're trying to work with him on music. He has a group, and I began to learn a lot because he was like, well, he's a grown man, but he was like, yo, I want my daughter to come to your school and learn English. She was like, she's young. She was young. And I was like, yeah, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a cool dude. But then he would be like, I have to ask my boss. And I'm like, you're a grown man with a kid. What do you have to ask that's just the way it works. It's a rank thing. So.
Is gang like that too in the States? Or is it a very Japanese thing?
I think it's very. I mean, I think in America there is a rank thing too. But I don't think people have to, unless you're like in the Italian mafia or something. But like black gangs, there's not so much of that. Oh, I can't do this unless I go ask my boss. Just you have a family to take care of. We're not,
Japanese culture too.
Yeah. Rank. Yeah, Japanese culture is very, very rank oriented. So,
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Anything more about Yakuza?
Their cars are great.
Fashion's great.
The fashion's great.
Well, the higher people are, right? But the younger ones are just the regular, casual.
Yeah. But there's the low guys are like broke. Right? We know. My wife and I have actually gotten a Japanese rap group famous by interviewing them. And they were poor. I'm talking like poor. They didn't have internet. Like they had nothing, no email, no computer. They had nothing. Now I'm not saying they're rich, but they're doing really, really well in Japan. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they got famous right after we interviewed them. They're called Bad Hop. If you go look it up on YouTube, Bad Hop, BADHOP, Bad Hop. We actually interviewed them and they became famous. But they came out and sat and talked with us and hung out with us and whatever and told us about themselves and so shout out to the Yakuza. You guys get a bad rap, but we understand y'all just trying to survive. You're not trying to start no trouble or whatever. You're just trying to survive, and you don't have a fair shake. So I get it. No judgment on here. So is that it? Any more?
Yes, that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in to the Real Black in Japan channel. This is Jude, or you can call me Judah if you want. We got more videos coming up soon, and hope you guys found this interesting.
Yes.
And we're trying to make this the #1 Black in Japan channel, where we won't be getting too deep in things, just kind of like letting people know kind of like what Japan's like by a black person, so-called black person that is actually has a Japanese wife, 3 children, working the business in Japan, involved, Japanese friends, associates, family, or whatever.
And over 10 years of.
Yeah, over 10 years. I can speak Japanese, not very, very well. I'm not saying I'm a genius or I'm very, very skilled at Japanese, but I can speak it. And, and we know Japanese people. So we have videos here with other Americans too as well. Because this is not just a black channel. We have white friends that live in our neighborhood. They'll be here too and discussing things with us as well. And we hope everybody have a blessed day and catch you guys next video. All right, peace. Hey boy, stop making noise.